Welcome to the Level Up Life podcast. I'm your host, Scottie Hobbs, and today I'm going to have a conversation with you about your meaning and your purpose. It's been said that the two greatest days of your life are the day that you were born and the day that you find out why. Now, I want to share with you guys a story that happened to me back in 2012. And as I tell this story, I hope that you let it sink into your heart and think about your own life and experiences that you might have had that drive you, that give you that inner desire to go after what it is that you want in your life. It was early in the year 2011. I had been working on my online business for about 8 months. I had these big goals, ambitions, and this drive to create a side income of only $10,000 so that my wife could come home from work. You see, as we started our relationship and our marriage, I worked 12-hour days from 5 in the morning to 5 at night. She worked at night from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And for 5 years, we lived these two separate lives where she would take care of the kids in the day. I would take care of them at night. And I knew deep in my heart and deep in my soul that that's not the way that life was meant to be lived. I wanted to be a great provider. I wanted to give all the opportunities to my family, to my wife, to my future kids. But even on a smaller level, I just wanted to come home from work and have a wife that greeted me there and children where we could eat dinner together, take walks, go out, kick the soccer ball around, play sports in the yard, and have that experience of a family being together. Now, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we both had incredible jobs. But that desire drove me to start building a side income on top of my 12-hour workday. And I had this goal of making $10,000 a year. And I got to a point about 8 months into my journey where I was making enough to where I would hit that goal. I was making $200 to $300 extra every single week. But the thing is I was exhausted. I was tired. I was worn out. As you can imagine, working in a steel factory for 12 hours, coming home, taking care of 3 little kids under the age of 5 while your spouse is at work. And then when you put those kids to bed, you are working on your business. I was exhausted. I was tired. I was burnt out, as you could say. And I ended up getting what we would call the man cold. Like, I got so sick where I was in bed for 3 days. I missed work, which caused more stress and anxiety for me because I was not getting my overtime pay. I was not getting my hours. I was out of sick pay because I was home for the birth of my daughter, fortunately, a few months earlier. And I remember my wife on a particular Friday was like, "Scottie, you might want to just get up, shower, get dressed, go outside, and you might start to feel better." And she's like, "Hey, your daughter Tina's about to get off the school bus here in just a little bit. Would you like to go pick her up?" And so I agreed to that. I showered, I got dressed, and I started walking down the cul-de-sac. And as I was walking down that cul-de-sac, I was about halfway to the end of it when the school bus pulled up. And you guys know the sound when the school bus stops, the stop sign flings open, and you hear the shh of the doors opening up. And my daughter steps to come down those steps, and her hands grab the handrail, and she looks up and she sees her daddy. And in that moment, this smile comes across her face, and it stops me in my tracks, and I'm in tears, and I can't take another step. And I sit there and I just look at this beautiful girl, and I look at this smile, and I think to myself, how many of these moments have I missed? How many more of these moments will I continue to miss if I don't push through this pain, this struggle, this hardship that I'm going through as I'm working 12-hour days and building a side business? I was a present father. I took care of my kids by myself while my wife worked the nights. I was there, but I guess I wasn't really present if I think back on it. I'd come home stressed from work. I would feed them, bathe them, change diapers, burp them, and I'd rush to get them in bed so I could build this business on the side. And so I was there, but I wasn't there. Like, how many of those moments had I missed being in that routine? And it was in that moment that, seeing that smile there, that I realized that I didn't want to miss another moment like that in my children's lives. I didn't want to be there, but not be there, to not feel that. And it was in that moment that I realized that I wanted to not just build a business that would provide the opportunity for my wife to come home at night and we could spend those evenings together, but I wanted a life where I had options, where I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do with my time. That I could be present with my children, that I could pick them up from the school bus, that I could take them to the school bus in the morning, that I could be to their class Valentine's Day activity, be to their sporting events, and never have to ask permission to be at something like that. And that's really the day that I figured out my purpose and my mission on earth. It was like, if this guy, a college dropout that struggled so much in life with self-esteem earlier on and all sorts of things, if I could go from a college dropout and my life could completely change through someone being a friend to me, reaching out to me, helping me get started on a fitness program, falling in love with health and fitness and gaining confidence. If I could do that and gain this confidence and build a business that I could teach, train, mentor, help anybody out there do it. Like, if this guy could do it, any of you out there could do it as well. And that's where I really figured out my purpose, my mission. That's where I took things to another level in my life. And it wasn't that I did more. It wasn't that I had more time. It's that I had a real meaning and a real purpose behind the work that I was doing. So you see me here maybe 13 years later, and it's not luck. It's not just I'm extremely consistent. It's because I know why I do what I do. And I'm always in extreme gratitude for the opportunities that I've been given to work hard on myself and to pay that forward and help other people. And so I want you to think about your life. What is driving you? What do you want your ideal day to look like? What do you want your life to look like? And if you're similar to me, and it might be your kids, it might be your spouse, it might be that you want to spend more time with your parents. Whatever that might be, I want you to dig deep and really discover what that is in your life and figure out what that is so that you can move forward with excitement and energy and joy and hope for a brighter future. My friend, I believe in you. And I hope that you take what you've heard today and really dig deep inside of yourself and figure out what it is that you want out of life, so that you can be the one that changes your life and makes that change for yourself, that your family feels, your future generations feel, and the people that are in your circle see, notice, and take action to change their lives because of the example that you've set. Thank you for joining us on this incredible episode, and we hope that you enjoyed the content that we shared with you today and invite you to send this to some friends. We'll see you next time, and don't forget that your leveled up life is just a few decisions away.